Hello everybody. We are doing some rate steps today. Okay, now trying to figure out if they're going to be difficult or really difficult. I think they'll only be difficult, um, and probably only as we get later stages of them. Okay, so the idea around these is we're only going up 1 point. So we do 7 3 minutes. We change every minute. We go up 1 point each minute. We've got 3 minutes rest, which is the savior, okay? Which means that we can sort of give these a good push, but we will start building up a bit of fatigue and a bit of anaerobic sort of, probably for the last 3 sets. I'm picking the last three, maybe. Yeah, the first couple should be relatively easy, and you'll be like, okay, doesn't seem too bad. By the time we hit those last three, we'll be doing pretty well, okay? So have a good warm up. I'm nice and warm, actually probably getting already a bit of a clammy bead on. But yeah, I'm just trying to give you an idea of what we need to prepare ourselves for, because when you do something like this, like you don't really want to go like max speed at like these rates, but you do. Does that make sense? So we still want to find a good rhythm and a good speed, but it's basically working up through them. So, you know, like you should have an understanding of the sort of speed you could hit if we did a minute, say at 28, okay? Or a minute at 30, because that'll be getting close to sort of your max speed. You know, I'd like to say within 4 or 5 beats. So to do it as part of a 3 minute, you got to come back a little bit, but not much. We ideally would love to do the same split, but you know, I'll have to be general. Well, no, I won't be general. Actually, I'll be a little bit sexist and say, you know, for some of the guys, this is starting to get out towards your 1,000-meter time. You know, you probably would be 5 to 10 seconds. I'd like to say you're probably anywhere between 5 and 15 seconds off your 2K time once you start getting up around this last one. But because we're already fatigued, you might be quite a bit off it. But the aim is to keep pushing ourselves. So we still want to just keep pushing ourselves and go faster and faster and faster. Okay. Now, if it's only jumping one split in between these, that's fine. But we do want to see an increase from piece to piece to piece to piece. That's why I'm saying it's difficult, because round numbers here, if you start this one at like say 150s, ideally you want to be doing this one, you know, even at 140s, but that's tough, you know, 140s, 138s, 136, you're starting to like really get up around that sort of area in that part. But because we've already done sort of 18 minutes, reasonably good work, you're getting up there. So enough of that. I'm complicating it a little bit. So let's keep it simple. Let's just start off. As I say, have a good couple of minutes of warming up, just building into it a little bit, getting a bit of a beat on. And then basically we're ready to start. So first one, we're just going to set 3-minute on, 3-minute offs on our intervals, under intervals time. And then basically we're into it. We're going to start, and we just keep a good focus. So remember what I keep saying about trying to get into that rhythm within 10, 15, 20 seconds. So then we're not like still searching for it after half a minute, and then all of a sudden we've got to change again, and then you've got to change the rhythm again. We want to be straight onto it, good rhythm, tap it along, keep it easy, use our technique, use our consistency, and we'll be sorted. So, erg data's on. My erg data's on. Yes, my erg data's on. Select workout. New workout. Intervals. Time. 3 by 3. I think we'll be all right. I think we'll surprise ourselves at how well we do this because of that break. You know, if we kept the break a lot less, it would be tougher. But with that 3 minute, it can actually be the opposite where you've had too much time off and then you're like, Jesus, like you're actually sort of quite struggling to be able to do it, to get back into that rhythm. So as we get towards the finish of our recovery, we'll start to firm it a little bit and we'll start to walk into it. Yeah, okay. Right, let's do this. This is pushing into anaerobic territory, which is what we need to be doing for this workout. That's what it's specifically for. 3 minutes. Three minutes. First one, 22, 23, 24. Here we go. Are you ready? Rope. Good push off the mark. Nice and free. Move the hands. Good. So 1 point of rate. Here we go. Find the rhythm. Good. Within 15 seconds. Good push. Pack up. Feel the stretch and change. Length. Push and swing. Breathe. Tap it along. Good. Nice. Didn't find that too bad at all. Definitely woke myself up. So, nice starting piece. Make sure we're, the idea is making sure you've done a reasonably good warm up before that. 5 or 6 minutes. Even spending a little bit of time up around that sort of 22 to 24. depends on the workout you're doing to the warm-up that you do. You know, if you're doing some really high rate stuff straight off the mark, you need to make sure you do that as part of your warm-up. But if it's climbing gradually like these steps, we want to get the body free, ready to do the first couple of pieces. And then from that, because we're definitely warmed into it after that, then we'll be able to easily gain the rate by working on our technique. So this one we start at 23. Oh, this time off's awesome. Could have done 2 minutes. No, you'd hate me. I want you to like me, that's all. So starting to firm a little bit now. Doesn't have to be training pace. So 23, 24, 25. So start to firm now. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds. Start to build the rate to that 23. Here we go. Now, good. Remember your speed from the last set. Push onto it. Feel a push. Hang. Remember, legs drive the body. Ready to change. Now, move the hands. Acceleration. Good. Good push. Breathing. Changing. Now, a little bit more. Rhythm. Nice. So it should feel relatively easy to just tap it along at this stage, which is good, you know. Hopefully you got a good split. You're well within yourself. You're feeling that hang. You're feeling like we could tap that over for 5 or 6 minutes or longer if we had to. You know, we'd start to be working pretty hard for it near the end of it, but that's the thing we want to find, is we just want to find what we can achieve at every different rate all the way through. You know, what speed you can do from 20 right up to 32 to 36 to 38, whatever it is. And then we're just training to work those a bit better all the time. Training pace increases, you know. If where you were 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, if your training pace has come up, it's gone quicker by a couple of beats, 1, 2 splits, whatever it might be, so should everything else. Not right at the top end, it'll be half, maybe 1, but at this sort of stuff, we want to see a good relationship on the graph. If we were to graph our speed versus our rate, it's going to do an exponential towards the finish, obviously, but this first part should have a pretty good growth on it. Should be reasonably linear. So just getting that little bit more firmness now. So let's look for those increases again. So this one we're starting at 24. So 24, 25, and 26. So good speed at 24. A little bit more at 25 and then more at 26 again. Right, firming. Starting to build. Moving. Now. Feel the tap. Rhythm. Rhythm first. That's it. Now we can look at the push and the swing. The hang. Long arm. Length. So changing. Now. More speed. More acceleration. Good. Tap it along. Hang. Around the front. Smooth drive. Changing. Now. Rhythm. Around the front. Push. Swing. Nice. So, starting to have to work a little bit harder towards the end of that one. And that's 3 down. So, have a good recovery here. Have a drink. So now we're starting at 25 on this next one. So a little bit higher, but we know what speeds we were doing at 25 just before, so we want to match that. Because we've got this good break in between, we can start to put a bit more pressure behind the handle now. Gives us a little bit of active recovery. Same again, let's focus that start, building into it. It's always same as if you're doing stuff on the water or anything really. You don't want to wait till you get to the line to start. You want to have a bit of momentum already going. So you hit the line, numbers are good right from the word go. And we look for the rate and the flow. Then we look to just see if we need to squeeze a little bit more onto it. So 25, 26, 27. Into that firm. Here we go. Now, listen to the flywheel. Push. Move the hand. Feel the chain. Stretch. One push. Hang. Hold the speed. Changing. Now, more acceleration. Hands.
Pendulum. Feel the momentum. Good. Tall. Push through the feet, through the hips. Ready to go. Now, move again. See a change. Muscle memory. Push. Tall. Hang. Good. Good puff on there. So, really keep a good focus on getting that speed, then looking at the step down. Okay, rate goes up, speed goes up. Breathe it in. Bloody great to know that I'm working hard when I get a good sweat on. You know, you'll all know little bits and pieces about yourself. You know, your breathing or your composure while you're doing it and then afterwards. So you know what, I'm pushing my limits, I'm on a good rhythm, I'm holding good speed, we've got plenty of recovery, so it gives us a good focus on that speed. So let's firm it a little bit. Focus on the technique and length. This active recovery. Feel the hang. Armpits. So 26, 27 to 28. Only got 3 more pieces to do. So let's just focus this one. Don't worry about what's coming after. I want to nail this one. So one good push. Hands away. Feel that momentum around there. Handle comes and brushes the body. Not a whack and then got to go and get out of the bow. It's brushing around and around and around the front. So let's start firming. 5 seconds, we'll start building it to that 26 rating. Here we go. Building. Now, tap it along. Speed. Find the speed. Hang. Get your numbers. Breathe. Momentum. Focus. Ready to change. This one. Now, 1 point. More speed. Yeah. On the rhythm. Push through the hips. Nice. Changing. Now, good step. Hold the change. Easy speed. Breathe. Hands around. Tall. Heads up. Good. Good. So the other part of these two is that we get a gradual step up, even with that piece, from anaerobic into the, from the aerobic into the anaerobic, okay? And we can make really good gains out of stepping up through it, okay? If we just smashed out straight away on the high intensity stuff, we're pushing more into a anaerobic threshold type of thing, because this here, say for example, I don't have my heart rate on, but I guarantee you I just work my way right from probably 150 when I start, because I've got a naturally high heart rate, probably up to 180s plus at the finish. It's just this gradual climb all the way through, rather than just smashing it, trying to peak it really quickly. The body has a chance to flick through the energy systems and go, okay, still aerobic, still aerobic, still aerobic, oh hello, anaerobic. And it changes easily, rather than a spike and all of a sudden not being able to use any oxygen and just trying to burn the lactate. So we're going well. I feel pretty good at the moment. Good. It was good to do 3-minute break, I think. Gives us a good focus for the piece. Enough time off to be able to get ready for the next one, okay? So we're starting to firm now. We're into our active recovery. You're going to have to be pretty good with the hands to start this one. 27, 28, 29. Okay, so we've got to get it up there quick, using the power and speed. Then just tap over the top of the flywheel. Consistency, easy speed. Right, firm in again. We start building it with that 5 seconds to go. Here we go. Now, good. Move hands. Easy speed. Around the front. Pick the speed. Hold that. Draw. Hands away. Moving. Push. Now. Change. Make sure you got more. Breathe. Composure. Breathe. Tap. Long. $29. More speed. Yeah. Breathe. Hands. Accelerate. Loose hands. Work wrist. In the zone. Hang. All the way. Good. Breathe it in. Really good. Really good, guys. Hopefully you got a good focus on that easy speed. Not powering it, overpowering it, sorry, so that you get tense and tight. Because we've just been going up one all the time. We're getting used to these rates, okay? That's the other part too, is somewhere in here, in the last couple of sets, should be somewhere around your rate you could hold for like a 6K. Might even be a bit higher than this. Depends on who you are, what your rating is. I'd like to think I could rate 30 to 32, even at the moment, for a 6K, 6K. I'm going to have a quick drink. So last one, same focus, no record setting. If we do it properly, whatever speed you had around that 28 to 29, so what we want to start on this one at this 28, and then we want to just see an increase every time that we get the increase with momentum, with acceleration. We don't go, I've got to change speed. Like when I call a change, it's not like ready, rah, go. All we're doing is just going right a little bit quicker with the hands, a little bit more pressure. Marginal gains. Think about that. Just tiny little things here and there add up to big differences at the end of the day. And that's all we need to do for these is add a little bit more speed. The power will come because we're trying to create more speed. Okay? We're not trying to create power to create power. We're trying to create speed, which comes by adding a tiny little bit more power. Okay. 28, 29, 30. Tap it along. Tap it along. Just feel the rhythm. Sit on top of it. Here we go. Now. Tap. Hang. Easy speed. Breathe. Good rhythm. Hang. Length. Prepare. Changing. Now. Accelerate. Tap. Hang. Breathe. Good. Push. Easy speed. Ready? 30. Here we go. Push. Change. Hands. Swing. Hold. Breathe. Good. Nice. Really good. Really good work on that rhythm. Finding a way to be able to do it easily. When I say easily, I just mean less tension, no grimace, the ability to go, yeah, I can manage this, I'm feeling good, let me breathe into it. You got a bit of clarity, because that's what these things, we can get a good speed, with good clarity, a tiny bit of relaxation, perfect, okay? And we can take that same sort of thing and go through the rates even more. Even though I'd be keen to do another one, and call it a day. I think it was really good. A really good focus there. You know, we could probably overstep the mark a little bit if we try and do another one. We come and put ourselves in a good position, finish on a good note. And I do apologise if 30 is sort of your max rating, and we are getting up around what your max is. But you can temper it a little bit, you know. You can be slightly less powerful, keep the speed, keep the rhythm. So nice and long now. Let's look for the speed, look for the length. When I talk about the speed, I think the legs going down with the handles and the lower back. It should be reasonably slow because of the power. So just click your memory back, just so we can save that back into the bank, back into your logbook, add up your meters. So, good work, team. I quite like that set, actually. I think that was really good. Wasn't too hard to start with, but we started getting to a good rhythm, good speed towards the end, manageable situation. So, good work. I'll say it again and again and again. We've completed it. We're better than we were this morning. And we can look onwards and upwards from here. Okay, so everything we're doing, I think I've said it many times, things can overlap. You know, what you do at certain trainings can overlap your goals of what you want to achieve. Okay, even this sort of stuff, this workout really helps finding rhythms and stuff, even if you were going to do an hour. Okay, because if you were going to do an hour test, you want to sit at sort of 24, 26 or higher. Not that many of you will want to do an hour test, I'll tell you, but if it ever pops up on you, all you've got to do is think of CrossFit. What was that, 2 years ago, where they said, right, doing a marathon. Okay, no one probably have done anything anywhere near that. They probably might have done an hour if they're lucky on the machine. And then all of a sudden, they're doing 2.5, 2:20s, you know, longer, 4 hours plus for the ladies, you know, and just got to be prepared for it. So things like this, when you're sitting here on these 24s and 26s and whatever, you just get into a groove, into a zone. You see the numbers that you're doing. You can just sit there and tap it along and go, okay, if the coach just walked in now and said, hold that for another 10 minutes, what could you do? Okay, could you sit there and just go, right, I'm going to zone out, I'm just going to tap it. I've got to find the most efficient way
to continue doing this, okay? And things like this probably a little bit higher, but same sort of focus and mentality all the way through these rates, because we have to go to these places to be able to learn how to do it. So for something like this, I'll give you the example on the end there, by 28 to 30, I was 138s to 135s, okay? So I'd like to think that if I had to hold 30 for 5 minutes, I'd like to think I could probably do it about 136, maybe 137, okay? But the fact is I could just hold that and just tap it along comfortably, okay? Well, not comfortably, manageably, is that even a word? I could manage it, okay? We'll go there, my English isn't great. So that's what we've learned today. So just think back to what you were doing now. Even go back and have a look at like your workout and see what your average split was for like one of the pieces, you know? So what was the fourth one? What did we start on the fourth one? 25, 26, 27. So see, I'm holding 141 average. So I'd like to think somewhere in between there, I could just sit along that quite comfortably for a while. And so that's what we've achieved today. Think about it, have a look back in your memory, just put it in your memory bank as well. And obviously when we started to get to that last piece, we're getting a little bit more tired, but the fact is that's just life. So great work, take out of it what you can. Trying to going a little bit off subject, but what I've been trying to do is make a really good mixture of workouts. So trying to do at the moment 6 a week, because obviously if you're rowing on the water, you probably won't even get up to 6 in a week. If you're in the winter, you might do 6 to 10 a week or more. And so we want to make them enjoyable. And if this is your fitness stuff, we're doing 30 to 40 plus minutes a day, which is a really good, and we're not just, we're working reasonably well for it. So we're not just going for a jog, we're not just out on the road going for a jog. We're actually giving some gas for this type of thing. And so it's a great workout, like you can tick the box and say, I've done my workout for today. If you want to do something else, if you're playing bloody tennis or squash or go and play some golf, I'll join you if you're playing golf, then that's on top of what you've already done. But we all know that to stay fit and healthy, you do need to do, 30 to an hour a day at least of exercise. And if you are getting out and walking around, taking a bus, taking a subway, we don't have subways in New Zealand, I'm afraid, only the food kind, then you're being active at the same time. So this is our goal. This is one part of it, to get better, to stay fit and healthy. And I think we're doing a pretty bloody good job of it. So tell your mate, subscribe. Remember, a sensei. Look it up, Google it. We're going to be doing some stuff on the app shortly, which is going to be fully interactive with me, fully. Right, thanks guys. Enjoyed it. We'll catch you soon.